Alright, salam and welcome to another episode of M+. Today is a different episode. It's not the typical M+ food. We're not going to be reviewing a restaurant. We're not going to be talking about different cuisine. We're going to do something called M+Humanity. So for those of you who don't know much about Islam, it's based on 5 pillars. One of them is zakat, which is the obligation to give a percentage of your income to those that are less fortunate. Episodes that come under the M+Humanity banner. Any revenue that we take from YouTube will be donated to that specific charity or a charity in general that needs the most resources at that particular given time. So if you can give money and you can afford to, that's totally okay. We're completely volunteer driven ourselves. Any money that we generate based on your views, we will use that for the charity itself. So if you could turn off your ad blocker, refresh this page, just watch the ad for like 5 or 10 seconds, we get, I think, a fraction of a cent or something. We'll donate that to charity on your behalf.
Today, we're giving out 100 socks, 100 hats, 100 gloves, 100 blankets, and 100 meals.
Oh, wow.
And our meals are not regular meals. We tried to make it more holiday festive
Sure.
meals. So
Sure.
we've been collecting donations. We have been collecting money. People have been helping us fundraise. Some mosque helped us. Some people donated blankets to us. So alhamdulillah, we're here. And I don't know if I don't feel good because it's still 100,
Sure.
but still it's a number. We're starting somewhere.
Yeah, you're starting so, and you are
Yeah.
making an impact because
It's a very small group, and it's very. We have a tagline that small acts of kindness, big difference, because literally one meal on a Sunday is not enough.
true
100 blankets for that many people
for
is
thousands
not
of people.
enough.
Right.
But we're doing what we can. The
Right.
project is called Spread Warmth.
Okay.
We started this from Thanksgiving to Christmas. Not that we celebrate Christmas because we're Muslims, but we felt like we wanted to give away, especially people that are down here. They don't have families. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Chicago, but if you walk down Wacker, you'll see their beds there, and they have pictures of their family. And I see that, and I feel like I don't want them to be lonely on their holiday. I mean, I can't imagine being by myself on Eid,
Yeah.
you know, so it's a big day for them. So we're here, it's freezing, and alhamdulillah, we had more than enough volunteers. that showed
Down in
up.
the Islamic Center was involved in some extent, and is still involved.
Yeah.
They've been kind enough to give you the basement. And it's a proper operation. There's a lot of people that come in there. They make about 100 meals every Sunday.
Every Sunday, we make 100 meals.
Yep.
That's one
But
one of
when
our
you-
big projects.
Right.
We
so,
have other projects.
So when you distribute the meals, do you care about what faith that other person is?
No, that's
Okay.
one thing that we made sure from day one, and that's why it's in our name. It's for humanity.
Okay. So you don't care where they're from, what they look like.
No, we don't. And
It's
we're
for
Muslims,
everybody.
but we don't want to, we don't talk about that.
Sure.
Even our event, we never talk about any religion.
Okay.
You come in, you hang out, you learn more about each other.
You're just here
and
to help.
that's it.
So what is humanity?
So we went for Umrah,
Okay.
and I have a daughter. She's 6 now.
Sure.
And while we were in Mecca, people were giving food, and there were days because we were fasting, people gave us food, and I felt like, wait a minute, I don't even need this, you know. Why would they give us something? And they gave in a way I didn't feel bad, and I wanted to come back and keep doing that.
So when you say that they didn't feel bad, you mean they were happy to give you that food?
No, they didn't make me feel low about it.
Okay.
They were actually very excited to share the food.
So it's not
And I
charity,
learned-
it's they're sharing
no,
a gift with
it's
you.
like, yeah, it's like more like sharing rather than saying, hey, you need this, you're in this situation or anything like that, because we weren't. We were actually giving food to other people, you know? So it was really nice to see how people give, and maybe it was Ramadan or it was because it was in Mecca. But that really inspired me. I came back to Chicago. I wanted to continue that. And I tried to look for groups that are doing this continuously. There were churches that were doing it, but then I didn't see many Muslim groups do
Sure.
it. And I said to my husband that, let me ask my friends if they can come over our house.
Yeah.
We'll make this and we'll go distribute.
Oh, so it started out of your house?
Yeah,
Oh,
the
wow,
first
okay.
one was at my house, and
Okay.
my backup plan.
Honestly, what brings me back is the environment. It's open to everyone. It's not necessarily faith based. It is. It started as something to get like a lot of Muslims in the area to come just help out the community. You know, because a lot of times, and this started back with Sunna and everyone. It was because there's a lot of the rhetoric that was going around with Trump and everything. So what we realized is a lot of people don't even know Muslims, right?
Right.
So we started, well, a lot of people don't know them because we're not involved in the community.
Right.
We're involved in our community.
Yeah. We're segregated from the stuff. Okay.
Yes. So what I like when I come to support humanity is that you see people of all faiths, all different backgrounds. I mean, it's very, very diverse, and we just go. We have a good time in the sense where we're doing good stuff, we're meeting each other, and then we go out and we actually do the footwork on our own. Like we go, we meet people, and to me, that's actually the most important part. I've met a lot of people doing this. Some on a regular basis. I see them regularly on Sundays when I go pass out the bags, and you kind of get involved in the sense of you hear their stories, you hear.
So you actually sit down with the people that are giving the food to you.
Yeah.
And you talk to them.
And you talk, and a lot of times it's more than just giving them a bag.
Yeah.
It's actually getting comfortable with them and
Yeah.
actually having a conversation.
Yeah.
That's really what it's about, and that's something that I learned is a lot of times they just really want to
Someone
talk to
talking.
people
Yeah,
the same way.
Because everyone's
I
always
want
ignoring them, right? Because they're in the streets. They
Yeah.
don't have a home. They're like, oh, they don't deserve the respect of society.
Yeah.
And you're feeling like by giving them food, you're also talking to them in the meantime. It's not about the food. It's about the interactions with those people.
It's about investing in people,
Sure.
right? You invest time in people.
So you got an interesting point. Muslims in general tend to segregate themselves into their own communities.
Yeah.
And I love the fact that you brought that out and said, this is us stepping out. We don't care whether the person that we're giving the food to is Muslim,
Yeah.
non-Muslim, whatever. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
Yeah.
That person needs help, and we need to give that help.
And more than that, it's the people who come to help. They're not Muslim.
Sure.
There's a lot of volunteers that we have that come regularly every Sunday for the past year.
Oh, wow.
Not even Muslim.
Wow.
Like they just come because they like the environment, and that's why I keep coming too. Because we create a healthy environment where you don't have to worry.
Well, Muslims in general tend to segregate themselves in their own community. So you're helping the Muslim community in place X or place Y or whatever, which is important and needed.
Yeah.
But what about the communities here that need help? Do you feel like Forward Humanity is helping individuals that are outside in Chicago in general learn more about what Muslims are like or who Muslims are?
Yeah.
Do you-
So most of our projects, like Coffee with Muslims, is one of our projects. Daughters of Abraham is one of our projects.
Okay.
Both of the projects, our focus is to get Muslims out there and be the first one to say hello.
Okay.
I feel like all our lectures,
Yep.
all our events are closed doors,
Okay.
and they're just for Muslims.
Yep.
And it's very hard for people to meet Muslims and for Muslims to go out there and meet others.
Got it. So essentially, Forward Humanity is not a charity organization just about giving food. It's about putting a face for Muslims in Chicago and hopefully inshallah across America to talk about what Muslims are and how they're part of the society
Yeah.
and how they want to integrate with the other folks in the society.
Right.
And one way of doing that is helping others. And
So with Muslims, Jews, and Christian women,
okay,
and they meet once a month. We read a book together.
sure.
We try to focus on similarities in the religion more
Okay.
than the differences.
That's interesting. Okay.
Yeah, that's our focus.
Okay. And when is that held? Is that open for anybody? How does that work?
Anybody to join.
Okay.
It's Daughters of Abraham.
So mostly Abrahamic religions.
women,
Okay.
women only. You were not allowed.
I got kicked out of.
Daughters of
Why are we
Abraham.
doing this interview again? Hashtag thirsty. Anyway, so Daughters of Abraham. What if I wear a jabab or something? Hashtag thirsty.
So last year, around November, Trump was on a high.
Right.
And we felt like we just wanted people to meet Muslims that are real Muslims rather than what's in the media
Right.
and what he's talking about.
Right.
So we said, hey, come have a coffee with us. Let's talk about, do I shampoo my hair under my hijab? And random things like the silliest comments under his
What do you
post.
guys do in the mosque? Do you like fight each other or something?
Yeah,
I've actually had that
yeah.
question to me.
Yeah,
So.
so I feel like I wanted to take those questions, even though they're silly,
Right.
and then let's just be open about
So
it. and then talk
it's a
about
no
it.
judgment zone.
Yeah.
You can ask whatever you want to.
Yeah.
You'll be honest in answering.
Yeah,
it.
so just no Muslim.
So
Because
when
sometimes-
is that done?
So we usually do it once a quarter. So it started for my own selfish reason for my family.
Sure.
And that's it for me. Like, I don't know when people ask me like, why are you doing this?
Yeah.
I'm here for my daughter. I'm
Yeah.
here for my husband.
And I've noticed she's been there when you're doing this on Sundays. She's
Yeah,
there.
she's there, she's there.
And by the way, when they give these food bags out, it's not just the sandwich and the little cute card saying Forward Humanity stuck on there.
Yeah.
Sometimes there are even drawings that either
Every
her daughter.
time there are drawings.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
actually, yeah, every time there are
Every
drawings.
time
And
there are
there's these other kids that come in and they actually make these really colorful pictures
Yeah.
and they give them out to the people themselves. It's interesting to see how people react when those pictures are given out, but that's kind of what Forward Humanity is about. It's about giving from the heart.
Yeah.
They aren't necessarily setting themselves up as a charity, which is also why I wanted to focus on them first. So tell me about Forward Humanity. When did you guys start volunteering here with these folks? Is this your first event?
I started in December. December. Yeah.
Oh wow, so it's almost been a year.
Yeah.
Much nice.
I started around last December as well, but on and off since last December.
Okay.
I started last February.
Last February.
Almost going to be here.
So, well, these are dedicated volunteers. They've all been here for almost a year. To break it down into one sentence, why do you come to Forward Humanity? What brings you back? Like, you guys have been coming here pretty dedicatedly for a year. And what brings you back here so often?
To make a difference. There's so many homeless people in the downtown area. And, well, trying to make a difference. You know, there's so many people that need help and possibly making their lives a little bit better by giving them some food and maybe some hope and like a smile or just talking to them and acknowledging that they do exist and we do care about them is somewhat uplifting. And even though we're not changing their lives dramatically, we hope to make a little bit of a difference to them.
So when you do give the food away, I've done this. I've only done it once. You're supposed to be having a conversation with the individual itself that you're giving the food to. Is that something that you found easy to do when you started out? Because these are people you've probably never seen before in your life. They seem
I think
pretty.
it all starts with a smile. I feel like whoever you approach, the way you approach them is also a mirror of how they're gonna react to you. So I feel like we're all like very, pretty open-minded, and we just say hi and smile, and usually we get really like a good response. And
So generally, people are okay with talking.
yeah, of course, we're giving them food. We're here to help. So I feel like that they see that. So.
Alrighty, cool.
So I wanted to say something. The reason why we're here tonight is I think it was one of the Sundays after in October or September. These two, they went out and they were giving out food to people, and because they were talking to them, they were asking for socks and blankets, and that's when we realized they need more than a meal. And that's how we started this project, and today we're here. We did it from Thanksgiving to Christmas, and we gave out socks, hats, we did blankets today.
Inshallah, we're planning on doing the toiletries as well.
Yeah,
in the future.
so that's how it started,
We're
because they
trying
talk to them. And then we don't really focus on one group. They go out and whoever is there, and if they're hungry, we give it out to them, and then it's getting bigger and bigger.
One of the things that came out from Forward Humanity is we're in Chicago right now, so for those are the folks that aren't in America, it gets pretty cold here. Right now it's 2 degrees centigrade, which is warm for us, but normally it's about -15, -16 degrees centigrade, which is ridiculously cold. And imagine being like a homeless person, someone who's destitute, down on their luck. They don't necessarily have the means to stay warm. So what these ladies here are doing is fantastic, because there is a need for giving out essentials, not just food. Hudson over here, if you were to describe Forward Humanity, how would you describe it?
The most powerful force in the world is the power of love.
I wouldn't phrase it any better. That was fantastic. For those of you thinking about donating to Forward Humanity, you can go to forwardhumanity.org. They have a link where you can make the donation.
Yeah.
Can you tell us about some of the numbers, like what percentage of the money is used for administration costs, what's used for the actual fees for the program?
Yeah, it's very easy. Zero for admin.
So it's all
costs.
volunteers?
It's all volunteers. We have a board. We have a group of people. We all pitch in money for the admin purposes, and
Okay.
everything else, any donation money that comes in, go towards the project.
Okay.
We don't
Is it
have
possible for me to align the money just to go for feeding
Yes.
the homeless, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you go to our website, you can click on the project that you want to donate towards, and then it will go through that project.
Okay.
Also, like if you want to sponsor an event or feed hungry it's $2 to feed one homeless person. So we feed 100 people. It's $200.
And
you can bring the food for us.
Sure.
You don't have to give us money, or you can give us money, and one of us will go shop and then bring the food and then do.
And you guys will prepare it. Like I've had the banana. Peanut.
Oh, you had
honey.
the banana job.
I had the banana job. I feel like he's going to start editing this out later. But to wrap up, essentially, this episode, or rather this special of M+Humanity, was about highlighting Muslims that are doing great work. And Sana is one of the bastions, I guess, of Chicago, who's doing something interesting and is actually taking the effort to make an impact in the community, not just Muslims in general, but the community that needs help. Also, any proceeds that we get from YouTube for this video itself will also be going to charity. Depending on how much money we get, some of it might actually go to Forward Humanity as well. Today we saw Forward Humanity. You can check them out at forwardhumanity.org. Thank you, and from the team that's down here, Zain up here, Saad and Amir in the back, we want to say salam and thank you. Thank you, man. That was fantastic.
Straight to the point.
I loved it. I love the fact that he didn't even practice. He went straight up, looked at the camera,